But y'all, I have all these charts that y'all haven't seen.
You have charts? You made charts?
I have so many charts.
Oh my word. He's charts.
It's a chart party.
And us Hufflepuffs are over here just like, can we get to it? And then you're like, but I have charts.
Us Hufflepuffs are over here eating our candy.
It's the Mouse Madness episode.
Let's go.
Here was the plan. I don't think I spelled this out clear enough in the last episode, but we all saw the bracket floating around last month in March. Whenever you're listening to this, it was March Madness, and the bracket season was upon us, and there was one made of like Disney movies.
And it was garbage.
It was the worst.
It just had the worst pairings.
And so what we decided to do, well, not only the pairings, it was like, why is the good dinosaur on there? Like, who decided to put that on there?
Well, it was the pairings and just the way the whole thing worked out. It made me mad.
Well, it had Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 against each other.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
So here's what we decided to do. We decided to make our own bracket with a community of people. There's a community of people between the three of us, but we decided to make this and let the listenership vote on what movies should be in the bracket. So we're going to get into how that was made. But first of all, I've got to give a huge shout out to the Hogwarts Running Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of you guys, Saren posted in the Hogwarts Running Club a survey of the movies. Well, it's the same survey that was posted everywhere else. But, I posted it at 10:30 that morning, and Saren shared it. And by 11:30, we already had 300 submissions.
Shout out to y'all, man. That's so cool.
By the end of the day, we had 850.
And that's even cooler.
So we have 927 submissions. And I'm going to say that's a fair sample size. I'm going to say that's fair.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's enough to get a number on.
A big chunk of those submissions came from Hogwarts Running Club.
Almost all of them came from Hogwarts Running Club.
I mean, there are people all over the world in there, all backgrounds, all manner of diversity.
Well, my thought would be, it would be one thing if we put it in like a Disney fan club and they responded, right? Mm-hmm. But because it was the Hogwarts Running Club, I feel like it's people that... There are people that go to Florida but go to Universal Studios instead of Disney because they care about Hogwarts, but there are also people that they're objective about things, and that's
right.
what I appreciate, especially the Ravenclaws. Shout out Ravenclaw Common Room. I'm here for you.
Can I just say, this is a little slightly off topic, but Josh finally joined Hogwarts Running Club.
Oh, yeah? You're in?
He's in. After hearing me talk about it for over a year.
Yeah, I still have to take that leap.
And for all my fellow Ravenclaws out there are going to be plenty of charts and graphs. All the data will be posted. I'll link it in the show notes. I'm not sure where it'll take you, but it'll be posted. And
for all you Hufflepuffs, me and Saren have been sitting here being like, we don't need charts and data. We just want to have fun.
We have our candy.
These sweet tarts Saren brought that are delicious. Shout out Sweet Tarts. Thank you for the sponsor.
Yeah, thank you, Wonka, for making such delicious, delicious candy.
So I want to talk about how we built the bracket real quick. Being the Ravenclaw in the group, I'm the statistician. I'm the person in charge of the statistics.
I think that's right.
I'm the person in charge of the statistics. And so what we decided to do was we broke down, because there are, I don't have an actual number, but there are lots of Disney movies, and we wanted to limit it to the popular animated Disney movies, and we wanted to limit those to the most popular of those. And so we went by the Disney eras, which are, of course, the Golden Era, Silver Era, Renaissance, Bronze Era, Post-Ren, Revival, and that's where we're at now. And I counted the Pixar movies, and they're not part of the eras, but I counted them in their own category because I feel like they need their own.
I think you should. That was the correct call.
So what we did, and this is the best way that I could come up with to do it. I thought about maybe dividing it into princess movies and hero movies or whatever, but we decided to break it into eras. So if you didn't get a chance to take the survey had everything divided into 4 what we're calling conferences, or 4
divisions.
4 divisions. And those divisions are Silver and Gold are together, Renaissance and Bronze are together, the Revival and Post-Renaissance are together, and Pixar movies are in their own thing. So we're not going to have anything from different eras competing until the final 4. So
Correcto mundo.
we took all of the votes and the movies with the most votes in each division. We ranked them in seed order, and we took the top 8 from each division. Now, it's going to be a little bit unfair because, for example, there were only 13 in the Silver Golden division, and there are 20 in the Pixar division, and we're only taking 8. So that's just what it is. And it's not the fairest way, but it's going to work for what we're doing.
And we have a big enough sample size that I think it was a fair way to do it.
Yes. Yeah, I think so, too. So let's go ahead and get into our seeds, and we're going to have our... the seed order, and we're going to have them, team movie 8 will play movie 1 first, 7 versus 2, 6 versus 3, and 4 versus 5. And that'll be the first round. So the first round is going to be made up of Division 1, the Silver Golden era, which we are just going to call the Silver era because there were 5 Golden era movies and 8 Silver era movies, and none of the Golden eras were in the top 8.
None of them?
Really?
None of them.
None of
Oh,
them.
man.
The fact that there are no golden eras is like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, guys. Not a fan of old movies.
So the Golden Era movies that got dropped were Snow White, Fantasia,
Well,
Bambi.
I'm sorry. Snow White didn't make it on?
Nope. Snow White, Fantasia, Bambi, Dumbo, and Pinocchio was the lowest rated one out of that entire
That's
group.
because Pinocchio is freaking terrifying.
I don't disagree with you, but
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I wish I was a real boy.
it was the 30s, man. What are you going to do?
Pinocchio is scary. Dumbo is scary.
Dumbo was terrifying with the clowns. Oh, God.
And all the circus stuff is so
Oh,
creepy.
God.
Sorry for those of you that really like Dumbo.
It doesn't
but,
bother me. I like Dumbo.
oh my gosh, it's so scary.
So our number 1 seed, and actually it was a pretty steep drop off after Fantasia, but our number 1 seed is Cinderella from this era, followed by Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians, Lady and the Tramp, The Jungle Book, Alice in Wonderland, Sleeping Beauty, and The Sword in the Stone. And those are your votes. And the top, Cinderella had 551, Peter Pan had 515, Dalmatians had 508, and then it kind of tapered down.
Where's Snow White on that list?
Snow White is the number 9.
How close was it to number 8?
It was 353 to 319.
So
I
30
cannot
34
believe
votes off.
Right.
that Sword in the Stone beat Snow White.
Yeah, that's wild.
Snow White was the first Disney princess.
Well, by like 30 votes. So like, what is that? Like 3% of the votes?
I am disappointed in you voters.
I was going to make a suggestion, and you can wait to do this, but I think what we should do is, because it's, our podcast and we do what we want,
Yeah, we do.
I think we should each get a bracket buster,
Yeah, we
which
do.
is where we just get to replace one of the first round bracket picks with one of the ones that didn't get chosen.
Yep. Because
Okay, I want to go through everything,
Right.
but
Nolan's already got one in the bag.
so far I want to replace Sword in the Stone with Snow White because that's just BS.
Next, in the Renaissance and Bronze era, in the relegation zone, it's mostly bronze, but starting from the bottom and moving up, Black Cauldron coming in with 86 votes.
That's because Black Cauldron sucked.
Moving up from the bottom, we have Black Cauldron, The Great Mouse Detectives, Oliver and Company, The Hunchback of
Aw.
Notre Dame, Winnie the Pooh, The Rescuers, Fox and the Hound, Tarzan, and the Aristocats. None of them made it into the bracket, but
All of you heartless bastards
Seriously?
can listen to Tarzan soundtrack and not be compelled
How-
to vote for that movie. How dare you?
well, wait a minute. You got to hear the ones that did make it, though.
How
Yes.
come the Fox and the Hound? Okay, whatever.
All right. So the
so
ones.
far, I'm very upset.
So the top 8 votes were
Starting
like
at
Joshua.
number 1, and with the highest votes of the entire bracket. The entire bracket. This one got, out of the 927 people that voted, 809 of them voted in Beauty and the Beast for number
All right.
1.
I think that's, fair.
fair.
The Lion King number 2.
Also fair.
Is it the second vote getter overall, or would that be?
Yeah, these two are the
Okay.
highest. Yeah. Aladdin number 3,
All right.
Little Mermaid number 4, Mulan 5, Hercules 6, Robin Hood 7, and Pocahontas 8.
Man, that is tough to fit the
I
Fox
know,
and the
I know.
Hound and Tarzan in there. Now that I came out hard on Tarzan, but
All right, so that'll be our Division 2. So in our third division, this is the Revival and Post-Renaissance eras. In the relegation zone, no surprises here. Dinosaur with the fewest number of votes in the entire bracket.
can I see if I can guess how many it has without
Guess.
looking at the screen? 38.
29.
Oh.
Within 10%. That's good. The bottom relegation zone, starting at the bottom: Dinosaur, Chicken Little, Bolt, Brother Bear, Treasure Planet, and the last one to be relegated, Atlantis.
That's a shame.
Atlantis.
Atlantis was so good.
I mean, this region's pretty stacked, too.
I know. It's tough.
But in the top 8, starting at the top with Moana, 707 votes. Second place, Tangled with 706 votes. And then listen to this drop. Third place, Lilo and Stitch, 568. Almost 150 votes left. Frozen, number 4. Number 5, Big Hero 6. Number 6, Zootopia. Number 7, The Emperor's New Groove. And number 8, The Princess and the Frog. That's right. The Princess and the Frog.
It's a pretty stacked region. Yeah. This is the region that is truly stacked that we're about to get to.
The Pixar division.
Man.
It is tough.
Oh, that was when I was doing the survey, I just agonized over the Pixar.
Okay, and like, not to just spoil my possible bracket buster, which I won't tell you what it is, but it's from this region, and it is hard to decide what I would want to change it out with.
All right. Starting at the bottom. I was actually wrong. Cars 2 leads the bottom of this division in the relegation zone. Out of the 19 movies, Cars 2 got 16 votes. 16 people.
16 people are kids with little boys who love Cars 2.
That's fair.
But I bet the first Cars is higher up.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
Cars 3 beating out Cars 2, 41 votes.
That's wild.
Moving on up, The Good Dinosaur, Monsters University, A Bug's Life, Cars, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Coco, Finding Dory, and at the top of the relegation zone, Ratatouille.
Man.
Coco didn't make it in?
That is...
I have a theory about this that I want to talk about in a
because
minute.
it's so recent, I think.
I think that if you look at the graphs, and actually they don't do this, but I have a theory. I think that the sweet spot of these ages is true millennials that grew up watching Little Mermaid starting in 89 through, the 90s. Now we have kids that are watching Moana and Coco. I don't think Coco has been seen enough yet, which is what you're saying. It's just too recent.
Moana has, to its benefit, been out for close to 2 years now. 2016. I remember seeing it on Christmas Day with my sister and niece and nephew. And I was like, this is the best movie I've seen all year. But I don't want to ruin all my thoughts on Moana. But it's deserving of that number 1 seed for sure.
Oh, totally agreed on that. Except that's not in the Pixar.
Yeah, so the Pixar top 8.
Yeah.
Starting with, let's start with number 8. Why not? Okay. Starting with number 8, we have WALL-E. Number 7, Inside Out. Number 6, Brave. Number 5, Up. Number 4, The Incredibles. Number 3, Finding Nemo. Number 2, Toy Story. And number 1, Monsters, Inc. And by the way, Monsters, Inc. had 677 votes. Toy Story had 673 votes. And Finding Nemo had 663 votes. So all of those within 14 points of each other.
That is tight.
Oh, man.
And then The Incredibles is only 50 points behind that at 610.
Man.
I can't believe Monsters, Inc. is number 1. And that's division. Huh.
Yeah, that surprised me too when I saw that. I was like, oh, really?
Number 1.
That's what I sound like when I'm surprised. I just look at people and go, oh, really?
Really?
There's a lot about the Pixar slots that I don't know about. I'm feeling kind of conflicted about.
I think I've decided on my bracket buster after looking at it, but
Okay.
it
All
may
right.
still lose in the first round. We'll see.
Have y'all prayed about it? Y'all got it?
I know what my bracket buster's going to be, yeah.
Do y'all want to just do it whenever we get to that division?
Yes,
Okay.
All right.
because I want it to be a surprise whenever we get there and we start talking about a matchup and we're like, except it's not that matchup because boom,
Bracket Buster. Pew, 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 pew.
Buster.
Here's what I want you to do. Before you listen to us do this, I think you need to go look in the show notes right now. There's already a bracket. You can open that up on your phone and go ahead and fill it out. Go ahead and see what you're feeling. And maybe we'll have some kind of contest for the winner. Whoever has the most points or something will,
Ooh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
It can't be monetary because, I don't have any money. But we could also, I don't know, we'll figure out something. It'll be fun.
We'll figure out
You'll
something.
get a shout out on the pod.
You'll get a shout out on the pod. You know, if things go well, we might have some swag at some point. We might have a sticker we could send you. I'm not going to promise anything.
Nolan can make you a tombstone.
Yeah, I can make you a tombstone. It can't be for free. You might can get 5% off. Oh, I know what I could do. I could make little, if you could paint, I could get little circles and you could have granite coasters with emojis on them.
Ooh.
I can do that.
All right, you all ready to do this thing?
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start in the silver and golden era, a.k.a. the silver era, a.k.a. the silver foxes is what I'm calling this one.
All right.
And let's go ahead and start with our first round. It's going to be Cinderella versus the Sword and the Stone. And here's how this is going to work, folks. Let me lay out the rules. The three of us are each going to get to either defend or whatever. It just sort of depends on the other people's opinions, but it will end up being a 2-3 vote if it comes down to it. And that's the way it's going to work. So.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No hurt feelings in here until I get my feelings hurt.
It's all fun and games until it comes to the Disney brackets.
So we have the number 1 versus the number 8.
Number 1, Cinderella. Number 8, The Sword in the Stone.
All right, I'm invoking my bracket buster.
It's a bracket buster.
Yo, we've been friends for too long. All right, so we have our first bracket buster.
What are you doing, Saren?
What are you doing?
I mean, I talked about it already, but I'm replacing Sword in the Stone with Snow White.
Now, this is more like a 1-1 matchup in my mind now.
Right?
This is
Doesn't that make it
tougher.
so much more difficult?
Yeah, this is tougher.
All right, so now we have number 1, Cinderella versus number 8, Snow White.
Saren, this is me assuming, but you chose to bracket bust with Snow White. That's the way you're leaning right now,
Oh, yeah.
correct?
Snow White totally wins for me
All right.
over Cinderella.
Tell me why.
All right. This is a... What?
If Cinderella wins, it'll be a real Cinderella story.
Oh, my God.
I didn't want to laugh at it, but I had to.
My name is Josh Bryan, and I endorse this joke. Go for it. Defend Snow White.
Okay. Snow White is my favorite Disney princess.
Whoa, what? Really?
Uh-huh. And this has come after years of deliberation on my part. And I only just decided this probably in the last 2 months or so. And the reason it came about is because I was thinking about, in another life, I would like to work at Disney World and I would like to be a Disney princess.
Mm-hmm.
And I've really agonized over if I got to pick, what Disney princess would I want to be.
Totally normal thing to do.
That's who I would want to be. And I was really thinking about it. And I just love her so much. I love how she communes with nature. And I'm actually being kind of serious.
No, she's very PETA friendly.
She makes best friends with all the little forest animals. She befriends the marginalized of society, these dwarves.
I was about to say, are you calling little people marginalized?
And then it was.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I just love her so much. I love all of her songs. I love her movie. It used to really scare me when I was a kid. When the witch or when the queen transforms, that used to be really scary to me. But in a, not in a way that gave me nightmares, but in a thrilling way. I don't know. I love that her prince has to really fight to find her and figure out how to wake her up. I don't know. I just love it. And she's the OG Disney princess.
Yeah.
I think that deserves some effing respect.
I would agree. So, do you want to defend Cinderella or do you want me to? Because I think you could do it better.
I'll defend Cinderella.
My main thing with Cinderella, I'll help you on this defense and start this point, is just and this is more of an older person watching Cinderella, is you still have that thing of oh yeah, a glass slipper. Anything can happen. There's something out there for me that is just for me to do. That's it. That's my happiness with Cinderella.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'll defend Cinderella.
Do it.
The Rodgers and Hammerstein version. I'm voting for Snow White. Pew!
Wait, really?
For shizzle.
I think we got a 3-way.
All right.
Wait, are you also voting for Snow White?
Yeah. Snow White.
Yes.
Snow
That's-
White all the way.
So my bracket buster made it?
Yeah. Okay.
So in the next bracket, In the next game, we have number 2 seed Peter Pan versus number 7 seed Sleeping Beauty. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I don't think there's any discussion here.
There's
3,
not.
2, 1. Peter
Sleeping
Pan.
Beauty.
Oh, Saren.
Are y'all serious?
Saren.
The original Peter Pan?
Sleeping Beauty?
The choral stuff at the beginning of Peter Pan
The
is still
animation
legendary.
in Sleeping Beauty? Oh my gosh, y'all.
Sleeping Beauty's a creep show.
Are you serious with me right now, Nolan?
Yes. No, I want none of that.
Oh my god.
I want none of that.
She wasn't even that pretty.
Oh, just stop.
I mean, I wasn't going to
Just
say
stop.
that, but
The Sleeping Beauty waltz? Talking about music.
I know you.
The dragon? There's a dragon, y'all.
You've been outvoted.
Peter Pan.
No! Huh?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh no.
Males win again.
My boy Peter got alligators. He's got a fantastic villain.
And I had a huge crush on Wendy.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Wendy's stupid.
Wendy and her lost
She
boys.
is not stupid. She wants to grow up.
You said Sleeping Beauty wasn't pretty.
I mean, what's her
he's
real
kinda
name? I
joking.
don't even hang on.
Aurora.
Okay. I
Or
was gonna
Briar
have him.
Rose.
Really?
Depending on which. Because I'm not even going to explain this to you.
Next round. Number 3, 101 Dalmatians versus number 6, Alice in...
Alive in
Wonderland.
Wonderland.
It does say Alive in Wonderland.
Well, thank God. She made it. She made it.
Oh, I'm here.
All right. I have a pretty strong opinion about this one. Anybody?
I have pretty strong opinions about these.
Oh,
God.
okay.
I hate both of these movies.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Oh.
So, okay, the lesser of the two evils.
I'm just going to get creepier and creepier.
Nolan, what do you have a vote ready to go? Do you know which one you're going to do?
Yeah, off the top of my head, I do.
What are you voting?
Most people like to keep it 100. I keep it 101.
Whoa!
You're really going to vote for 101 Dalmatians?
I loved that movie.
Can I tell you my experience with Alice in Wonderland real quick?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, not a kid, when I was younger, I had a girlfriend, and we would have to get up really early in the morning to see each other sometimes. And one time we got up really early and watched Alice in Wonderland at like 5 o'clock because I had never seen it. And y'all, that movie is terrifying.
It is buck.
It is. I don't want to watch it. Like, I would, if someone was like, "We should watch Alice in Wonderland," I would actively try to not watch that. Like, I would probably do something else.
No, okay. That was also my reasoning for not voting for it. It's a great movie now that I'm an elder statesman of Disney movies. Sure. But when I was a kid, that movie freaked me out. And 101 Dalmatians was a bunch of Dalmatians.
It's a bunch of-
101 of them, exactly.
It's a pack of dogs.
And a mean woman who wants to make a coat, but she's not going to win.
And Cruella was terrifying
Yeah,
too.
Cruella's really scary.
And the scene
Yeah.
at the beginning of the movie, whenever the dog like wraps around their legs and like pulls them close together, and they like his hat is wet and
Oh,
he
yeah.
falls into the pond. Precious.
Yeah. And also, when I was a kid, they did the live action
Wait,
one.
I haven't voted.
2 to 1 at least. What's your vote, Siren?
Your vote is Alice in Wonderland, isn't it?
No. But
It's 101 Dalmatians.
All right.
just because Alice in Wonderland is so scary.
Do we have a quorum? Do you have a quorum? It's 101 Dalmatians, yes.
It's 101 Dalmatians. Next
Nice.
round. This is the last round in the Silver Gold Division, aka the Silver Division. We have number 4, Lady and the Tramp, versus number 5, The Jungle Book.
This is tough.
That's going to be really difficult.
I'm going hard, The Jungle Book,
No.
and I'm going to tell you why. Jungle Book's music. It's bananas. No pun intended.
A little. A little
bit.
pun
A little bit.
intended.
And the snake.
Yeah.
And also, I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. And the friends to the bitter end, the vultures,
Man,
Yeah.
the barbershop quartet vultures. It was like Hamilton.
Saren, I'm so sorry.
You are.
I was already leaning that way. I named...
What? Over Lady and the Tramp? A freaking
Listen.
classic.
Let Sarah make her argument.
Make your argument, but just know, I had a cat when I was a child, and I named him Mowgli. End of my argument.
How can you vote over cute little puppy dogs. Do you remember in Lady and the Tramp when they get Lady and she crawls up on the bed and they give her her collar and her ears are so sweet and she grows up with them?
Well, now I'm just about to cry.
And she, again, I think I like movies where there's just, no pun intended, but a little bit underdogs.
Yeah, underdogs and an inherent sweetness
Just,
and like
it's so
victorious.
sweet. And okay, also just to be totally transparent, I didn't really watch The Jungle Book that much growing up, but that was because I didn't like it.
That's fair.
And also,
Baloo.
it scared me. The snake is scary. I don't like hypnotized eyes snakes. That's scary.
That's fine. That's fair. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, okay. So the votes are, I'm sticking with my vote.
No, Nolan!
Even after your impassioned argument.
Oh my God,
Look,
y'all are
there is an
killing me.
opportunity at some point in this draft. I am open to be bought off. All right. If one of you has $5 or like some cheese laying around, I will be bought off.
I
But
just think
it's
you need
not
to
on this one.
rewatch The Lady
It's
and the
not
Tramp.
on this one.
And when oh my gosh, Nolan, when they nudge the meatball with their noses.
You ever tried to do that with another human? Doesn't work. I tried.
Have you ever tried to go live in the jungle? Doesn't work.
I've lived in the woods.
Not the same thing. There's no eye hypnotized snakes in the woods.
You don't know that?
I do feel like Lady and the Tramp is more of the classic, though. I don't know. Well,
Oh no, are we backtracking?
Josh,
No,
I
I don't
know
think
that
so.
you had this
Look,
on VHS.
she wants
I know
you to-
you did.
actually, I didn't. I didn't have Lady and the Tramp. We didn't
Saren
have that one.
fully wants eye contact to convince you of it. I can tell she wants it so bad.
I can visualize the VHS cover. It's them sitting. They've got the meatballs in front of them. The Italian chef and the moon is in the background, and it's so romantic.
Now you're talking about in the VHS cover that opens like a book.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yeah. And it's white on the inside.
Oh, my grandma still has all those.
And you
by the
open it
way.
up and you see that
Oh,
it's not
no.
been rewound.
Oh no, my nostalgia's kicking in.
Wait,
But
wait
she had
for it.
Jungle Book too.
Wait for it. I'm gonna rebut. Here it is. Here it is. I want you to picture the cover of the Jungle Book.
I can't because it sucks.
With Baloo bebopping down the street with Mowgli bebopping. All right, so moving on.
Wait, no. Is it really?
I mean, it's 2-1.
It's decided. I'm not changing my
Yo.
vote. You might can talk me into it on another one.
Moving on into the Bronze/Renaissance eras.
I feel sick to my stomach.
I think we should do this one in reverse because this is going to be a hard one.
So start with the 4, 5 seed.
Oh my
I
gosh,
do.
that's going to be
Okay.
so hard.
I don't know. You want to start at the top?
They're all going to be difficult.
I'm going to call it. I think we should just start at the top.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So the first round is the number 1 versus number 8, Beauty and the Beast versus Pocahontas. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Beauty and
and the
Pocahontas.
Beast. What?
What?
No. Are you serious?
You're making us look sexist right now.
I thought Beauty and the Beast was one of your favorites.
So is Pocahontas.
Yo, what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Saren, I don't know you anymore.
Okay, y'all. I just really like Pocahontas.
So much that you would vote it in over Beauty and the Beast?
I had such a thing for that movie growing up. I had Pocahontas.
But this isn't
sheets.
about you. This is about the culture at large.
No, I think
no,
it
it's
is
about me.
her. It's about us. I'm choosing Beauty and the Beast because I liked it better than Pocahontas. It's close, though.
I had a big thing for Pocahontas. I had Pocahontas sheets. I had a Miko and one of the hummingbird flick.
You don't even know.
Pretty sure it's Flick.
I loved Grandmother Willow. I had a big ol' honking crush on John Smith. I sobbed when the first time I saw that movie and I thought he was going to get killed, and she throws herself over him and saves him, and then her dad is like, "We should all come together." Oh God, it's so powerful. I still love that movie. I tear up when I see that movie now. And I think that's very relevant in our current political climate that we need to conserve the earth.
Oh, no.
Well,
Oh,
I'm about
no.
to smash that one because Beauty and the Beast is might be a winner here. I don't know. It might go all the way, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Beauty and the Beast encompasses everything that makes the Disney animated musical good. It's Beauty and the Beast. Everything about that movie is they were figuring it out and they were learning along the way. You have your princess and your prince, but there's a twist on the prince here. You've got Be Our Guest. You've got Belle at the beginning of the movie. I'm very passionate about Beauty and the Beast.
I like Belle a lot. I had a crush on her. I had a crush on the teacup.
Chip's a boy.
The little kid?
No.
Oh, Mrs. Potts.
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Potts. Yeah.
She's a teapot.
Yeah, teapot. That's what I meant. You know what I meant. Not
I
the
didn't
little boy.
really. I really didn't.
I had a crush on Babette.
My big thing was like, even when I was a kid, I was like, I want to marry Belle.
Y'all know what I'm thinking? I think you're glorifying Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just meninist.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm a fan of bestiality. I know what I am.
And the number 1 seed, Beauty and the Beast, is moving on.
Sorry, Saren. I'm telling you, if you talk me into one of these,
I thought that I made an impassioned argument for Pocahontas.
you did. I was close, but
Next round, we have the number 2, The Lion King, versus number 7, Robin Hood.
I think this is no contest.
Wait a minute.
For me, this is no contest.
I need to look at this bracket real quick. Who are some of the people that were relegated in this one? We got, Robin Hood got voted in over the Aristocats, fair enough. Tarzan,
Yeah.
No.
The Fox and the Hound,
That's just a
No.
shame.
and I'm going to throw this one in there too, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, no,
is
it's a good
so
movie.
Good.
We already know you're a fan of the underdog story.
Wait a minute.
I really am.
Wait a minute, hang on.
And
Is
that's
this,
just full of
Wait, is
underdogs.
this
Sorry.
is this a unanimous bracket buster here?
Oh no. Oh no.
Can we do that?
Can we do that?
we can do whatever we want.
Trevor, is it in the rules?
Hang on.
Why are you whispering?
I was
You turn in the pages in the rule book.
I'm trying to find the rule book. No, it's not in there.
Let's do it. It's a 3-way bracket buster. 3-way bracket buster.
All right, so what now we have to decide what we're putting in.
Wait, I thought we all agreed the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, but like, what are we going to replace it with?
Robin Hood.
We're replacing Robin Hood with Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm down
Or-
with that.
Well, oh god, this is gonna make it hard. That might have been a complete waste right here because
Okay, can
It's
I
okay,
can I
it's
make
still
an
go-
argument for replacing a different thing?
Okay, what are you thinking, Saren?
Hercules.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I just don't like Hercules that much.
That's fair. Let's make this one no contest. Robin Hood, get out of here.
Because if we're gonna use our bracket buster, it's not gonna beat the Lion King.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. So, okay, bracket buster will go. We're replacing Hercules.
Okay, fair enough.
Although, just real quick on Hercules, I loved that movie as a kid. I loved Hades.
Yeah.
I loved Hades.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean,
And it's-
the gospel trio, so good.
Yeah, just I really liked Hercules, and I'm sad to see it go. But there's no way we're putting Hunchback up against the Lion
No.
King because the Lion King is gonna beat that ass every time.
Every time.
So okay, so just to settle this up, number 2 Lion King is moving on. It is
Obviously.
taking Robin Hood out in the woods and shooting it in the back of the head
God, Nolan.
safely.
To be fair, I did really like Robin Hood.
I liked it, but
Again, just going right back to it, I love an underdog
yeah,
or underfox.
yeah. Lion King is more. I guess you could characterize that like coming of age story.
Oh no, it's Lion King beats Robin Hood all
Yeah.
the way for me, but I really did grow up enjoying Robin Hood.
That's fair, but it's out of here.
Moving on. Get out of here, Robin Hood. Next round, number 3, Aladdin versus bracket buster, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, replacing Hercules, of course. Now, I was
That's a
thinking
really difficult match.
I was thinking this was going to be easy because obviously Aladdin beats out Hercules, but now that we got The Hunchback on there,
I know my vote. I think.
I know my vote too.
We ready for it?
1, 2, 3, Aladdin.
Hunchback.
I wasn't ready for it.
All right, Nolan.
All right. Oh man.
I need you to agree with me on this one, buddy. Hunchback of Notre Dame is obviously a better movie.
What? Then Aladdin?
The main it's so different because the main character ends up not being the one that gets the girl.
All right, y'all argue to me.
The main
Go.
character is the one that ends up not getting the girl.
So what? No one cares about that.
You never see that in Disney movies.
It's not about uniqueness. It's about what makes a good movie. And good movies are where you see yourself in a protagonist.
I see myself in Quasimodo.
I mean, I do too on a philosophical and
No, so do
emotional level. But like, I think we all see ourselves too as Aladdin and as Jasmine. Dad's setting you up with parents giving you expectations to live up to that you can't. And you can make that argument for
I was
Notre
about
Dame
to say
too.
Frollo.
But it's different because that's an abusive relationship, whereas Jasmine's father only wants the best for her. 2, Aladdin is poor, broken, doesn't have anything. 3, the genie, done.
Count Frollo, best villain ever. He
Robin
actually
Williams, best
literally
sidekick ever.
summons demons from hell. Do you remember that song?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Epic. God help the outcasts. Oh my gosh, you cannot tell me that you don't weep when you hear that song.
Outcasts like Aladdin.
Good Lord. Okay, I have to make a decision.
Do you remember the gargoyles? Oh, they were so good.
I'm going to take your gargoyles and I'm going to
No,
raise
you
you.
are not about to disagree with me again.
Wait a minute. Should we leave this one up to the viewers?
Should we?
The viewers.
The
Should we leave
listeners.
this one up to the audience? I think we should. I think this is one that's going to have to go out because I don't.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly about both of them. Actually,
Here is what I'll say, because I literally cannot cast a vote right now, because you're right. And I also have to take into consideration the genie is one of the best characters of all time, and he's not even the title character in the
know.
movie.
Okay, I know I'm arguing really hard for Hunchback, but I also really, really love Aladdin.
Also, a magic carpet.
I know.
also he goes to a whorehouse and gets away with it in a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Also, they have that thing where if you turn it up real loud, you can hear someone telling teenagers to get naked.
Yeah.
I can't vote. This has to go to a vote outside
On a
of.
magic carpet ride.
A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
I don't have the voice for this unless you want me to do it in a pop punk version. A whole new world. Shana na 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 na.
Yeah, that's how it goes, right?
That's it, right?
Oh, that was... Okay, so just as a reminder, we need to hear from you, the listeners. Make your most impassioned vote. Hunchback of Notre Dame versus Aladdin. We literally cannot decide.
It's
So-
because I am a bad person when it comes to indecision.
Listen to the end of the podcast to hear how you can get in touch with us about touch with us about that.
listen to the end of the podcast. You could see.
Okay, we got one left in Bronze/Renaissance.
The final bracket in the Bronze Renaissance era is going to be number 4, The Little Mermaid, versus number 5, Mulan.
God,
I'm going to let y'all start because I know what I know what I know. I know what I know. Should we just 1, 2, 3 this one?
I'm leaning that way.
I can be swayed either way on this one, I think. 1, 2, 3,
Little
Mulan.
Mermaid.
Seriously?
Damn it, y'all!
I knew you were going to pick Mulan.
Saren, you're making me look so bad right now.
You're making us look like Menonists.
Saren, even part of me was like, oh, I was like, no, there's no way Saren's not going with Mulan.
Holy crap.
What is she?
It's just comical at this point.
Is she just like your runner-up to Princess Wannabe?
Yeah, kinda, actually.
Because you roll around in a tank all day and a seashell bra and hang out with crabs.
Jamaican
I gotta
crabs.
see.
I have nothing to say.
I can be swayed.
You directed The Little Mermaid. How can you not pick it?
Do you want to know my thoughts?
Yeah.
I was originally probably going to vote for The Little Mermaid, but then I thought, you know what, though? Actually, okay, I think Little Mermaid is probably a better movie.
For me, The Little Mermaid has better music.
I was going to, I don't know, I might be changing my mind again. My original vote would have been Little Mermaid. And then I was like, you know what? Mulan is this strong woman who it stands up and is powerful. And the story is about her, and she's not some dainty princess who's going to be, just,
Man, you might be moving me in the other direction.
Okay, was one of my reasons for voting for Mulan is strong female protagonist. To me, it's a predecessor to Kill Bill. Kill Bill doesn't happen without Mulan. That's a hot take.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to do something. I'm changing my vote.
I think I might be too, though.
Well, I mean, Mulan still wins.
Mulan still wins.
That's fair. I'm good with Mulan. But I will say The Little Mermaid it has the big musical numbers. It has the very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Iconic princess, iconic
That
Prince
was
Eric.
my thinking when my original vote It's just more iconic to me.
Yeah, it is more iconic, but then you go listen to I'm Gonna Make a Man Out of You.
Yeah.
Like, that song slaps. That's a good song.
The guy that talks like this.
Yeah.
Also in Mrs. Doubtfire.
The only girl who would love him is his mother. Harvey Firestein.
Harvey Firestein.
that really his name?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah, my vote is now officially Mulan.
I'm good with Mulan. I'm good.
All right.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
We got a sweep. I was not expecting
Wow.
to change your mind on that one. All right. So that is the Bronze/Renaissance era bracket that we just went through. We are now moving on to the post-Renaissance revival era.
This one is a little bit easier for me, I think, than some of the other ones, to be honest with you.
I think this one may be a little easier for me as well.
The way the bracket is set, I feel very confident that I already
Yeah,
know.
I actually, looking at these, I pretty much know all my choices.
This one actually seems like the seeds worked out correctly.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Getting warm.
Except
Sorry,
for
I'm getting heated. I'm passionate.
except for one thing. I'm going to make an argument here.
Okay.
You don't have to like it, but I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use my bracket buster. Nah, I'm good. Here's what I was going to say. Atlantis is maybe the most underrated Disney movie.
Seriously.
It is very underrated. I'll give you that.
Love that movie.
Oh, I used to watch it over and over.
What's the goddess's name?
Kida?
Kida. Yeah.
She's not a goddess. She's just an Atlantean.
Aren't they kind of like gods though? I mean,
No, they have gods.
it's so funny and it's so witty. And the guy with the dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a good movie. I don't know if it would top. I mean, anything that you would bust it with, I think it would get beaten by.
I would
Off
bust
the
it.
top
I
of
would
my
bust
head.
You know what?
Zootopia. I would bust Big Hero 6.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I'm busting Zootopia.
All
I'm
right,
doing
let's-
it. No, I'm not. I'm
Why?
because I want to use my buster on something else. I think.
All right.
I think.
I think that's a shame.
Yeah, I think I want to
Okay.
use my buster on something else.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know. We need to get to this bracket though.
You like Zootopia better than you like Atlantis.
Let's start.
I like Atlantis better than I like Zootopia.
Slowly think about it. Let's start with the 1-8 matchup
All right.
in this
Okay.
bracket and get the ones out of the way that we can get out of the way.
Moana and Princess and the Frog, number 1 versus number 8. 1, 2, 3.
Moana.
Moving on. Except for, I mean, I love Princess and the Frog.
It's
though.
good, but
Tiana.
Moana,
Okay, we have to give Princess and the Frog its due.
yeah,
First black princess,
yeah.
iconic.
The music to me
Oh,
is
yeah.
the ticket there, but
It's good.
Almost there.
But
Almost
Yeah.
there.
I can't really speak to it because I've seen it once, and I was like, "Oh, this is good." And I think the next Disney movie I watched was Moana,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, "Yo,
I mean, Moana is just so good.
Moana is so good.
And I can say that it's our daughter's favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have watched it every day for probably the last 8 months, and I still love it. So,
yeah, that's a
can't beat that.
testament."
when she's like, I am Moana.
Yeah, but no, Princess and the Frog is good. It got a bad matchup on this.
It really
one.
did. It got cheated. I'm sorry, Tiana.
So
All right.
there may be room for it in a losers bracket if we do that, or if not, it will live on in the annals of history.
yeah.
All
Nice
right.
use of annals.
Thank you. I pulled it out and I didn't giggle.
I giggled now.
All right. The second bracket, number 2, Tangled versus number 7, The Emperor's New Groove. Nolan, you haven't let us off. Why don't you lead us off?
I
with
mean,
this one?
I'm leaning a certain way.
Which
Tell me
way
where
you
you're
leaning,
leaning.
buddy?
Kind of leaning Emperor's New Groove.
Tell me why.
I mean, and a lot of this has to do with me watching it as a kid. Like, to be fair, I haven't seen Emperor's New Groove since I was a kid.
It holds up as an adult.
I've seen Tangled more recently, and forever, anytime anyone says anything about a lever,
Pull the lever.
pull the lever, Grunk. That's in my head forever. Wasn't David Spade the main voice actor in Emperor's New Groove?
Yes. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was David
Love
Spade.
his voice performance. And it's very colorful. I like that, like, it was a period piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, which Tangled technically is too, but it's more
Well,
set
It's
in
a little bit more ambiguous as to where you are.
Yeah, it's a more Emperor's New Groove was a little more grounded. That's what people want out of Disney movies. But no,
I want some more reality.
I really enjoyed it. I mean,
and John Goodman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, hang on, wait a minute. I'm going to make a defense of Tangled real quick.
Do it.
I get really choked up every time they're out there under the lights in the boat. And then I'm going to tell you where I stopped getting choked up is anytime Mandy Moore opens her mouth. I hate Mandy Moore. I hate Tangled. Emperor's New Groove all the way, baby.
Actually, my vote's also for Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my reasons are the same as Josh. I can't stand Mandy Moore.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I got to give Tangled its due. It is a beautiful movie.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
But this is an upset, guys. This is a 7 seed over a 2 seed right now. We got our first up. Well,
some might even call it an Emperor's New Groove story.
ooh.
All right. Next round, we got Lilo and Stitch versus Zootopia.
Now you've had time to think about your bracket buster.
Yeah, that's what I've been
Is this
thinking
where
about.
you are deploying it? Yay or nay?
I'm gonna tell you now, if you replace Zootopia with Atlantis, it's gonna change how I vote pretty significantly.
Nah, I'm good.
No.
Are you
okay.
serious? Okay, by doing that, you were saying that you think Zootopia is a better movie than Atlantis.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I want to use my bracket buster somewhere else.
Okay.
All right.
It's strategy. Hang on. Let me double check myself, though. You know what? It's happening.
All right. So we have a bracket buster. Pew, 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 pew. It's a bracket buster. It's a bracket buster.
I was trying to say it like a question. It's a bracket buster?
It's a bracket buster.
It's a bracket buster. Bracket buster 3 or wait 1 2. Bracket buster 3.0.
Okay, so we have replaced Zootopia with Atlantis.
All right, so now it's number 3 Lilo and Stitch versus number 6 Atlantis. Obviously I have to argue for Atlantis, but I'm going to talk about Lilo and Stitch for a minute.
Okay.
Lilo and Stitch was not a huge part of my childhood. I saw it a lot growing up, but I guess compared to other things, I just never connected with it. Like it seems like a lot of other people did. I don't know why, but I do love the premise of the movie. And have you seen the argument that that Lilo could be autistic?
I actually was going to bring that up in favor of this movie. Someone created like a 20 or 30 slide PowerPoint arguing like scene by scene pretty much why Lilo is autistic, and totally changes the movie.
But also, even if she's not autistic, she's still a misunderstood child.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, we've all been there and we can all relate to that. But the alien stuff, I mean, I get it. I understand the premise of the movie. And when they're out on the beach surfing, that's pretty cool. And what's the thing they're singing in the surfboard song?
Oh.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride. That one?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I liked Lilo and Stitch. I like island movies anyway, as you can see by my love for Moana
Right.
and Lilo and Stitch.
And you gotta... Okay, do y'all remember that scene where Stitch is standing out in the rain by himself?
Yeah,
And he
that
says,
makes me tear up.
Ohana means family.
Ohana means family.
Family means no one gets left behind. Ugh.
Tears.
That just tears me up. Oh my gosh.
I do have a fun story about Lilo and Stitch real quick.
It sounds like you're just talking yourself into voting for it.
No.
Actually, no.
I'm very strong on Atlantis over here.
All right.
When I was, my dad was a youth pastor for when I was from 10 to maybe 14, my dad was a youth pastor. And one thing that we did every year was for the New Year's, we would have a lock-in at the church. It was not a huge church, but we'd probably have 50 teenagers there. And one year it was probably when I was 12-ish, we did a lock-in, and it was a Survivor themed lock-in. Oh,
Ooh.
Dad, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you were thinking. It was a terrible idea. It was so bad. The posters that we made for it to get people to come was that the winner would receive 1 million, but it was the period was after the first zero. So it was $10 with just a bunch of zeros behind it. But I was in the final 3, and one of the final games, you had to vote people out of your tribe at a youth group.
Was the tagline still outlast, outlive, outperform? pray instead of outplay.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure it was right after season 1, and I think that happened at the end of season 2, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, probably so.
So at the Survivor-themed lock-in, the challenge for the remaining 3 people was we had one of those old concrete and a tire pole volleyball net things. You know what I'm talking about? And it was metal, right? And of course it's January 1st. It's very cold, and we were in a gym, probably with a little bit of heat, but not much. And it was an endurance game where you had to keep your hand on the pole. And it was in the middle of the gym, if you can imagine, in the circle in the middle of the gym. And
where the Awana kids run around.
Yeah. No, we didn't have an Awana floor.
That's right.
Just a real basketball floor.
Yeah. No, we had Awana.
And you just had to stand there, and the last person to come off of it was the winner of the whole game. And it was me, and it was so cold. It hurt my hand. It hurt so bad. But everybody else was watching Lilo and Stitch over on the far side of the gym on a big screen TV. And I was like, oh man, that movie looks so good. And that was my first time watching Lilo and Stitch. Side note, I didn't win.
Oh.
I threw it.
Threw it?
I really did, because it was me versus the girl's probably 17 or 18. She was one of the older kids, and I was very young. And I was also the youth pastor's kid. And it was just the 2 of us left. I guess the other girl dropped out. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to win this thing, because I don't want everybody to be like, oh, the youth pastor's kid won. So I lost on purpose.
See, I would have lost and been like, Shawty, I let you win, right?
Obviously, I'm not arguing for Lilo and Stitch. I'm obviously going to argue for Atlantis. Atlantis was a big part of my childhood. I think it's very well written. I think it's super funny. And I'm probably going to rewatch it before next week. So that's be prepared for that. What's your vote?
I mean, I was going to vote Lilo and Stitch, but y'all are both Atlantis, so I'm okay with it moving on. But you kind of, we kind of talked about why I like Lilo and Stitch. Y'all's reasons were kind of why I liked it.
I mean, I love Lilo and Stitch. I just really like Atlantis.
It just hit me in a sweet spot when it came
me too.
out.
But I just remember also Atlantis hitting a sweet spot for me. It's the underdog, man. But Lilo and Stitch is the underdog too, so I don't know.
Yeah. But I'm okay with Atlantis moving on. But my official vote is Lilo and Stitch. But
sorry, bro.
All right.
It's okay.
Well, we got our final round here in the post-Renaissance final bracket here. Number 4, Frozen versus number 5, Big Hero 6.
Is this also a no-brainer?
This is a no-brainer. Oh God, Siren, you're not.
Just count down.
3, 2, 1. Frozen. Done.
Yeah. Good call. Big Hero 6 is underrated.
It was a great movie.
To be fair, I've only seen Big Hero 6 one time, and I really liked it.
I've only seen it once as well. I think I saw it in theaters.
But you were obsessed with Frozen when it came out, Siren.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just can't escape that. As much as I want to talk about Big Hero 6 because it lost out,
yeah.
Frozen was a phenomenon.
We saw it, and I remember this. We saw it in theaters 4 times.
Yeah.
And we went to a sing-along edition of it.
We knew that it was a sing-along, and we went on purpose.
Yeah. Shout out to, I can't remember who he plays. The guy from Mindhunter.
Oh, Jonathan Groff.
Yes.
Groff sauce.
Dude. He's so good at everything he does.
It's just perfect.
But we need to save talking about Frozen till the next round because it moved on. Now to the hardest round imaginable.
I don't know how I'm going to do this, y'all.
I think we need to take 1 minute and we need to talk about who is in this bracket real quick.
Okay.
So right now we've got Monsters, Inc. versus WALL-E, Toy Story versus Inside Out, Finding Nemo versus Brave, and The Incredibles versus Up. The only one that I think is a no-brainer is the third round. Finding Nemo versus Brave. Can we do it on 3? 1, 2.
No, I want to use my bracket buster on that one.
All right, please tell me you're going to replace Brave.
I'm replacing Brave with Toy Story 3.
Oh. I forgot you hadn't used it yet.
Shout out. Okay, I was waiting for the perfect time. Okay, shout out Toy Story 2. It's awesome. I love it. Introduced it to Jesse and the Prospector.
Oh yeah, the Prospector.
Yeah, and just the giant supermarket. That whole sequence was super fun.
Wasn't Barbie in that one too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, driving the car.
They're also in 3.
Right.
Okay.
Don't her and Ken break up though, or something in 3?
Okay, so we're. I think so. It's a thing.
Yeah.
So we can just start with that if you want, since it's my bracket buster.
Sure, that's fine.
That's fine.
Because I have to tell a little background, and it's going to overlap with one of the other picks.
Okay.
I I love movies. For those of you who don't know, I love movies. I go see movies as often as I can. I have openly wept at 2 movies in my entire life. One is coming up a little bit later. It's Up. I openly wept it Up. The other one is Toy Story 3
Those are the only 2 movies that you've openly wept in?
in a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because do you want to know the other movie that
Yeah.
makes me cry the hardest? The Green Mile.
Never seen it.
What?
You've never seen The Green Mile? Hold on.
Walk the Green Mile, get right with Jesus.
I always get Green Mile and 8 Mile mixed up.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. I thought they were the same movie for a long time.
Yeah, that movie where Tom Hanks plays Eminem.
Yeah, that
Wasn't
movie where Tom Hanks is a battle rapper.
Wasn't 8 Mile, isn't that a Stephen King story?
Not 8 Mile.
No,
Green Mile was.
See, I'm telling you.
So, yeah, this sidetrack, you need to watch Green Mile. It's about the Green Mile is what they call
I know
the
what it is.
last little bit
Yeah.
before you go to death row to get executed. They have a guy come in who shouldn't really be there, but he can like heal people through his touch. He's literally a gentle giant. And he like heals Tom Hanks and stuff.
Like emotionally heals? Or
No, like puts his hands on him and heals him. Like legit healing.
Huh.
You need to watch this because it sounds silly, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Mr. Jangles.
Yeah. Let's just say, by the end of that movie, I will sit there and ugly cry for no reason.
All
So,
right. Noted.
anyway, Toy Story 3 was another one that did that for me. Sitting in the theater. What year did Toy Story 3 come out? Was that
2010.
2009?
2010.
2010?
Oh, wow. I thought it was more recent than that.
So that was my senior year in high school. I was 18 years old in a movie theater sobbing at these toys about to get incinerated
Yeah.
at the end of that movie. Everything about that movie and the fact that Andy is the audience surrogate, like he is the one who's like he's going off to college. That's literally what I was doing that summer when I went and saw that movie.
Oh, man, yeah.
And everything, I'm about to tear up now. Oh no. Just everything about like, okay, this has been your entire childhood and now you're gonna like it's time to kind of put this stuff away and you have to move on with your life and it sucks to do, but you kind of just forget about these little childish things that you've enjoyed because you're so caught up and moving on in life. Oh man. Oh no.
Oh, Nolan.
Oh man. No, it's a perfect movie and I cannot believe that it didn't get voted in. And so that is why I'm using my bracket buster because it hits me in every part of my feels.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my impassioned argument for Toy Story 3 over Finding Nemo.
That's really changing that matchup for me.
Saren, did you have Finding Nemo over Toy Story 3?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Am I the decider? Oh, God.
Can I make an argument for Finding Nemo real
Yes,
quick?
you can.
Go
'cause
for it.
Don't get me wrong. I love Finding Nemo.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's a great movie, but Toy Story 3 was just a lot of things for me.
Okay. This argument is specifically tailored for Josh, but it's also my actual feelings about this movie.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. So I want you to think about the beginning of Finding Nemo. Do you remember when Marlin is talking to his wife and they're looking out over all their babies that are waiting to be born?
This is not fair.
I feel like this is not fair.
But this is really
No,
this is like,
it's real.
this
If
is
it
like
hits you, it hits you.
This is why this movie hits me.
Okay.
Is the opening scene
That's fair.
specifically. They're looking out over all of their babies waiting to be born. Oh, it's going to get me. And they're just so thrilled for all of these children. They're thinking about names. They're thinking into their future of having all of these children. And that gets swept away in a moment. And it's gone. And all they have left, Marlin loses all of his children except for one who is now disabled because of this tragic accident. Loses his wife all in one swoop. And then the movie is about him trying to keep this one safe that he couldn't keep safe in the beginning.
This really like this is the perfect matchup, like because that's exact like it's a parental, like you watch that from a parent's point of view. I'm not a parent. I'm still trying to figure out how to grow up. Y'all are parents. That hits you in a completely different way than it hits me because I'm still trying to figure out how to grow up.
Right.
And
Right,
Toy
right.
Story 3 just wrecks me. So this is, this I accidentally fell into a perfect matchup.
Oh, crap.
Oh no.
And it comes down to me.
Now, let me also say that when Toy Story 3 came out, I was also getting ready to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little ways away, but I was thinking about it.
Yeah, you were
know.
like a year away,
Yeah.
right?
And I also sat in that movie theater and wept. And 19 months ago, I would have picked Toy Story 3 over Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
But now having our daughter, I just can't.
No, it's fair. Oh, man. Yeah, I may have picked a bracket buster that loses, but this was the one I felt most passionate about, so I had to.
I will respect your choice.
I think we should leave it up to the audience. I do, because
You
I
think?
think that I'm curious to see.
Can you really not decide, or do you just want to see people duke it out?
I want to hear arguments either way, but I think, I don't know.
If you're leaning a certain way, you should vote for it.
Yeah. I'm not going to.
I don't think I'm leaning a certain way yet.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
All right, listeners. That's 2 that you need to weigh in on.
Oh, God.
Because listen, we want input, but if you don't vote for Toy Story 3, I'm going to be so mad.
I mean, I
Just
can't
kidding.
make a better argument than what I just made for Finding Nemo.
I
so.
can't really make a better one than literally personal experience because it was just me. Like, it hit me at the perfect time. It was the summer of my last free summer as a graduated high school student going to college, and it smacked me in the face.
Well, I feel like I read something one time about how they kind of did that on purpose.
Mhm.
Because didn't it come out the year that like you would have been going to kindergarten?
Yep.
Yep.
The first one.
The first one. Sorry. Yeah.
The first one was in 95, I believe. You can double check me on that. So I would have been 3 when the first one came out. Second one was in 99. The third one. So yeah. I mean, they kind of planned it out.
There's a Toy Story 4.
It's
Yeah.
coming in 2019,
Yeah.
correct?
What?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about it.
Why are they going to mess up a perfect thing?
I bet it's about Andy's kids.
So, okay, you weren't in kindergarten yet,
But I was still, by the time I was in kindergarten, I was watching it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
right.
Toy Story was a huge part of my childhood. Like, I remember we had this video game, like old MS-DOS video game that we played. I mean, I can remember everything about it.
No, I had it on I had one on PlayStation.
I think that's what it
that
was,
like
yeah.
where you start in Andy's house and you have to work your way to the garage
Yes.
to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had that game. I had like all the characters you could have.
Yeah.
Like my like this is another reason why this Toy Story franchise in general, which we can talk about that because we still have to get to the rest of the bracket. But just real quick,
I gotta lay one on y'all though.
what?
I don't feel like super passionate about Toy Story.
That's fair.
Sorry.
I do.
I know a lot of people do.
I see my nephew playing with my Toy Story toys, and it makes me want to die inside from happiness.
Yeah.
So, okay, we need to move on to the
Yeah.
rest of the bracket. So, vote on that one, guys.
All right, so we're going back to the top.
Yeah, go to the top.
All right, this is where it gets a little more challenging. Number 1, Monsters, Inc. versus number 8, WALL-E. To me, this one isn't really a challenge, but I don't know about y'all. I know for me, it's Monsters, Inc., hands down.
Yeah, I think it's me too. I really like WALL-E. It's a really like somehow it was ahead of its time. Like it was this big allegory for how, oh yeah, you're trashing the planet and this is what you're leading your own demise. Like
Yeah.
And it was brilliant, too, how I think it's like the first 45 minutes of the movie has no dialogue.
Yeah.
It's all
yeah.
animated acting, and how they build that love story between him and Eva. And yeah, I mean, I feel that, but Monsters, Inc.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I gotta go with Monsters Inc.
Okay, I'm glad we have.
I can remember really specifically the first time I watched that movie.
Mike Wazowski.
You know, I think I can too. I remember watching it on DVD because it came out. What year did that come out? 2001 or 2002?
Oh, one.
Good call. I'm not surprised. All right, next round. Number 2, Toy Story versus number 7, Inside Out. This one's going to be hard for me.
I know my vote.
What's your vote, Sharon?
Inside Out.
Ooh, Nolan, what's your vote?
Toy Story.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, this brings me to something that we need to talk about for the next round, and definitely by the time we get to the finals. What is the essential question that we're asking here about these movies? Like, which is the better movie? Which one do we enjoy more? Which one? And I have some ideas. Sarah, Nolan, and I were talking. Sarah was on a run earlier. I think one of the things that needs to be weighed is the audience that can enjoy this movie. I think something that's really great about Coco, especially just one that's not on the bracket, is that it can be enjoyed by literally any age. Like Lily enjoys watching it, and I can imagine my 86-year-old granny who doesn't even go see movies enjoying that movie, and everybody in between. Same thing with Moana. I think that one has the same sort of appeal.
Well, I mean, Lily loves it all the way to my papa, who's 70.
I'm not talking about old people that enjoy the movies because they're family-friendly movies. I'm talking about people that actually genuinely enjoy it as a work of art.
He was genuinely touched by it, yeah.
I'm just saying that's what I mean by that. I don't mean like my grandkids love it, so I love it.
Right.
Like I think, let me pick one off here. I think that my granny would enjoy The Emperor's New Groove. I don't think she would enjoy it for the same reasons that I do, and I don't think that she would enjoy it. I think she would enjoy it because I like it. You know.
Right.
So.
Okay.
There's that. So, Toy Story or Inside Out? I think we covered Toy Story pretty thoroughly.
I think that's pretty much all of the things I had to argue about Toy Story 3.
It hits me in the childhood.
It hits me in the childhood. I don't have much more to say about it other than that.
Can I make an argument for Inside Out for you?
Well, I think I'm about to say what you were about to say. If I was going to say the first time I saw it was on our honeymoon that week. That summer, we were in Florida, and I remember like crying in the theater about it, and I'm not a crier.
Can I remind you of the scene that made us both cry?
Man, this is unfair, but
Sorry.
no, it's
I don't
fine.
remember.
When that imaginary guy, I haven't seen Inside Out that much.
Oh no!
And
What? I don't even remember his name.
He saves them, but he just he disappears.
He disappears. Yeah.
Who's your friend that likes to play? What's his name?
Oh man,
His name is in the song.
Ding Dong.
Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Yeah, Bing Bong, because he just goes.
Bing Bong sacrifices himself.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame you if you vote for that.
Oh man, that's pretty good. But in Toy Story,
Here would be my counter to that in Toy Story is that ending scene where they're trying to chase.
Yep.
And it taught me like the value of teamwork, like Buddy and Woz working together, and like Buzz finally decides to fly.
You said Buddy and Woody.
you said Buddy and Woz.
Ooh. So, Buzz and Woody. When Buzz finally decides to fly, actually
Has the rocket
starts
strapped to him.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
actually starts flying.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Oh no,
it
that
hits
hits me.
in the feels every time. I'm like, I can do anything if I just like put my mind to it
Yeah.
hard enough. It's not a counter to Bing Bong was super emotional, but also like you also have to think about the different eras. Like there's even different eras in Pixar where they're pushing. Pixar movies have always been more wide ranging, like their audience, but I feel like that's even more so now with kids that grew up on Pixar having kids of their own. Like they're making movies for an even wider range of audience.
I actually think I've made up my mind.
All right, hit me.
I think that Inside Out it makes me think more, and I appreciate it more as an adult. But I mean, Toy Story stands the test of time. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like it's
fair enough.
it's the better of the two because it is. But I don't know that necessarily means anything. Just because like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a music example. Just because
That's a ridiculous example to make, but like you listen to the Beatles, like any Beatles album,
Right.
and it still kind of holds, especially like I mean, that's a weird example, but you know what I mean.
the masses love I Want to Hold Your Hand. The masses don't really care for most of the Revolver album. Arguably, the Revolver album is the better thing, but is it the better thing if less people listen to it? And I don't know that I have the answer to that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, man.
It's hard for me to say because I will never know what I would have thought of Inside Out as a child.
And that's another thing we have to consider with these, like.
That came out when I was an adult, so
But we cannot have another vote one.
no.
So if it comes down, like if you can't vote, we'll just flip a coin.
Toy
All right,
Story.
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
It's done.
I respect that vote. I don't like
Yeah,
Toy Story that much, but I respect it.
I felt that was earned.
All right. Our final one of the night. Number 4, The Incredibles versus
Oh
number
my
5,
God.
Up.
Oh my God.
Do you know yours?
Yep.
Do you know yours?
Yeah.
Siren, go.
Incredibles.
All right. Nolan, go.
Up.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Why are we different on every single one tonight?
You know what? I've got it. I know what I'm voting.
All
Okay.
right.
I love The Incredibles. It is. Why are you sighing?
Because you're about to vote against me.
You don't know that.
All right.
I love Up. Up is an incredible movie.
Meh.
I think it's probably, it has the iconic thing with the Incredibles have an iconic logo too,
Yeah.
with an eye, but like
with the house,
The
with
house,
the
the
balloon.
yeah, the house and the balloons, and hear me out. The first 10 minutes of Up.
And literally your dog is in Up for most of the movie.
Yes, he is. That dog is Algie.
Yeah.
Except for the squirrel stuff. Algie's not really.
No.
What? Mr. Bryan? What was that sound?
To be fair, like, I like the entirety of Up.
If Up didn't have the opening sequence, I would feel kind of apathetic about that movie.
Man,
I got to be up.
I think I might be talking myself out of it the more I talk about it, because I've mentioned, I teased earlier that the other Pixar movie that I cried in was Up, and it
Right.
was the first 10 minutes. Like,
I don't even remember the rest of the story of Up.
it's basically they want to like demolish his house. So
Yeah, but I don't really remember the bad guy.
it was the adventure guy.
No, I know, but I don't
Yeah,
remember
but
anything about him.
he went to Angel Falls.
Yeah.
And that was the part where it came back around, where he was like doing all the stuff that his wife wanted to do, that he was like, I spent so long being sad about you going away that I didn't actually honor you by doing what you would have wanted to do. And that stuff kind of hits me in the feels.
Well, my other thought is like The Incredibles. I used to show that to my classes because of the music in that movie is like, oh my God.
So good.
But outside of that, I love The Incredibles. It is
Where's my super suit?
that scene.
Yeah.
I really enjoy like I mean, I'm not original in this, but like superhero movies hit me too.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right.
And an animated superhero movie.
That still manages to feel comic booky. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not shocking that an animated movie can feel comic booky, but I don't know. I just like the way it works.
You know, I think I might be.
And Edna, no capes.
All right, I've pretty much stuck to my guns this whole time, and I think I'm going to change. I think I'm going The Incredibles and making it.
I think that's a good
I'm
choice.
making it 2-0 right now since you haven't voted.
I think I'm going Incredibles.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, the plot of Up,
Yeah.
like outside of the first 10 minutes, to be fair, it's probably one of the greatest openings to any movie ever.
For sure.
I would put it up there with like the opening bank heist in Dark Knight. Like that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones.
Oh,
the
yeah.
diner scene in Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
So we're doing The Incredibles, right?
Yeah, The Incredibles wins, and that is the first round of our Disney bracket. Now, do you want to go over the winners and the votes?
The next round we've got number 8 Snow White against number 2 Peter Pan.
Easy.
Number 3, 101 Dalmatians versus number 5, The Jungle Book. Number 1, Beauty and the Beast versus number 2, The Lion King.
Oh, God.
help us. The next one is the winner of the audience vote, Aladdin over The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Now, by the time you guys are hearing this, you will have voted, and we'll have an answer for you about who's in that spot next
No,
week.
when you're hearing this, you need to go vote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you're hearing this, go vote. I'm stupid. Leave me alone.
Time is weird.
You stupid boy. Trevor, get out of here.
Get out of here, Trevor. The winner of Aladdin or The Hunchback of Notre Dame will play against Mulan. And in the final... Oh, no, sorry. Then we'll have Moana versus The Emperor's New Groove. Atlantis versus Frozen. Monsters, Inc. versus Toy Story.
Oh my God.
And The Incredibles versus either Toy Story 3 or Finding Nemo.
This is going to be so difficult.
We're in the Sweet 16 here at Mouse Madness, and it's going to be a wild ride.
Ooh.
Hey, shout out to anybody who's joining us for the first time. I know we picked up a lot of people from the Hogwarts Running Club. You guys are awesome, and I hope that you'll
Yes.
stick with us.
Yeah.
We'd love to be some be some sweet vibes in your ears as you're taking a stroll. A sweet stroll. I know me. I'll be taking a walk. I'll be taking a walk with a stroller. I'll be strolling. A couple of things that you could do to help us out. If you're enjoying this and you like Mouse Madness, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. That is going to help us out.
Yes.
And I don't really know how this works, but apparently it's good to leave a review on iTunes for things that you enjoy.
Helps
Here's
out
the
that
thing.
algorithm.
We all enjoy doing this. This is fun, but it would help if you would go and drop a review with a couple of stars on there. Just a couple.
At least
Yes,
3.
please. It would be lovely if you guys could do that.
And also, if you want a little more, we're on. You can find us on Facebook at TLDR Pod, Twitter at TLDR Pod, and you guessed it, on the Insta with TLDR Pod. We were able to get that on everything.
Got brand continuity here.
If you want to,
Across all platforms.
where can they find you, Nolan, on the internet, on the Twitters?
Me, you can find me at boss_gobbler_ on Twitter.
Sarah, where are you at?
Serendipity, SARON Dippity on Twitter.
And you can find me at Josh Bryan Music. The biggest thing that you can do to help us out is to spread the word. If you have enjoyed the last few minutes, go ahead and share it. Share it on wherever you feel comfortable sharing it. And we just want people to listen to this and enjoy the things that we're doing as much as we do.
Yes,
So,
very much.
all right, and I think that's going to wrap us up for this week.
Oh, did I hear somebody say something about wrapping up? I love wrapping things up. I have a wrapping present in my bag right now. Do you want to see?
Yeah, that
Whoa.
sounds good, Trevor. We'll go look at it. Can you turn this off for us?
Yeah, hold on. Can you help me up onto the table?
Wow, Trevor, you weigh so much. You have the density of a dying sun.
I'm like a big rock. If you hold me the right way, I'm as light as a feather. But if you hold me the wrong way, I'm as heavy as a stone.
I don't think that's how physics works.
Weird, Trevor.
Yes, it is in my people.
Well,
You
who are
don't-
your people, Trevor?
Nothing. I didn't say nothing. We're not the one place.
Trevor, can you tell the good people bye?
Yeah, I guess I can if you're forcing me to. So listen, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I really did, from the darkness of the closet. Anyway, okay, I'm kind of drunk right now. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay? Bye!
Trevor, did you fill out your own bracket?
I did.
Who do you have winning?
Do you really want to know?
I do.
Yeah, man.
I have Lady in the Tramp because it reminds me of my mom. She was a tramp.